No more drama. Agency releases full video of Ji Chang Wook and Namjihyun's real-life wedding. It began like any other quiet morning in Seoul. The sun rose over the Han River, casting a soft gold across the city's skyline. But before the day could even settle into its rhythm, one video would change everything. A single post, a single upload, and the internet stopped breathing. Because Ji Chang Wook's agency had just released the full, official, unedited wedding video of Ji Chang Wook and Namjihyun. For years, fans had whispered, speculated, and dreamed of this moment. The suspicious partner duo, whose on-screen chemistry once rewrote the language of romance dramas, had always carried a quiet, undeniable spark. Through the years, even as both pursued their separate paths, the question never faded. Were they ever truly just acting? Now, at last, there was no need for rumors, no more speculation. The truth was before everyone's eyes, and it was breathtaking. The video opens in complete silence. Then, slowly, a piano melody rises, gentle and nostalgic. The first image fades in, Ji Chang Wook standing before a mirror, dressed in a tailored ivory suit. His reflection shows a man who has faced the lights of fame, the trials of the industry, and still, today, trembles with something pure, love. He smiles faintly. "Is it really happening?" he whispers, his voice soft, almost uncertain. Then the camera cuts. Namjihyun. She stands near a window, the morning light catching in the lace of her gown. There's no grand styling, no overdone makeup, just her. Real. Radiant. Her hands clutch a bouquet of white peonies, and when she exhales, it feels like the world exhales with her. The air is filled with quiet reverence. Her stylist adjusts her veil, and Ji Hyun laughs shyly. That laugh, the one fans have known for years, returns, but this time, it carries a different weight. It is no longer the laugh of an actress on set. It's the laugh of a woman about to marry the man she loves. The ceremony itself takes place in a secluded garden outside Seoul. Rows of white chairs line a cobblestone path. Every petal, every candle, every flicker of light seems to know what this moment means. As the guests rise, Ji Chang Wook appears, walking toward the altar, his steps slow but certain. When the camera pans to the aisle, we see her, Namjihyun, walking through a sea of light. Her veil trails behind her like a dream made real. For a moment, the music swells, and the world seems to fade. No cameras, no reporters, no fans. Just two souls finding their way back to each other. When they finally meet, there's a silence that words cannot fill. Ji Chang Wook reaches for her hands. They tremble slightly. And then, with a smile that's both nervous and overflowing with emotion, he whispers, "I waited for this day longer than I can admit." She laughs softly through tears. "So did I." The video captures it all. Every unguarded glance, every teardrop, every small gesture that makes their story feel less like a performance and more like destiny fulfilled. As the officiant begins to speak, the camera moves through the crowd. Familiar faces from the industry are there, friends who once acted beside them, directors who once guided them, stylists who watched their bond grow quietly behind the scenes. Some smile knowingly. Others simply cry. Then, the moment comes. "Do you, Ji Chang Wook, take Namjihyun to be your lawful wife, your partner, your heart, your home?" His answer is immediate. "I do. Always have." And her voice, steady but soft, follows. "I do. You're my peace." The music swells again, this time with strings, rising like the finale of a story years in the making. They exchange rings. They seal it with a kiss that's neither performed nor polished, just real. The kind of kiss that ends every doubt, silences every rumor, and starts a new chapter no one can script. When the agency released the video, it came with a simple caption. "No more drama, just truth." And that truth spread like wildfire. Within minutes, the footage dominated global trends. Fans around the world wept, laughed, and replayed the video over and over, whispering through tears it's real. It finally happened. Journalists called it the most authentic moment in Korean entertainment history. YouTubers analyzed every frame, pointing out how long they must have hidden this love, how every stolen look in past interviews now carried a different meaning. Even the harshest critics fell silent. Because when something is this pure, there's nothing left to question. As the video draws to a close, Ji Chang Wook and Namjihyun are seen walking down the aisle together. Not as characters, not as co-stars, but as husband and wife. The sun dips low behind them, casting a golden glow across their joined hands. He turns to her, eyes glistening, and says quietly, "You know, the world thought this was all just fiction." She smiles. "Let them. We always knew our story wasn't meant to end with the final scene." Then the camera pans upward, capturing the evening sky, endless, luminous, and full of promise. When the wedding video ended, the world was still. It was as if everyone had witnessed not just a celebrity event, but a rare kind of truth, one that made even strangers feel something deep in their hearts. In the hours that followed, social media transformed into a flood of emotions. Hashtags took over every platform. Hashtag Changwook Jihyun wedding, hashtag from real to real, hashtag no more drama. Millions of fans wrote messages that read like letters to old friends. Some said, "I grew up watching them fall in love on screen. Now I'm watching them fall in love for real." Others confessed, "This isn't just a wedding. It's closure for a decade-long dream." The world had waited years to see if their chemistry was something more. Now they finally knew. Inside Seoul's most private wedding venue, the celebration continued long after the ceremony ended. The cameras that caught the vows faded away, but what followed next, the laughter, the dancing, the quiet tenderness, was the part fans never imagined they'd be allowed to see. Ji Chang Wook, ever the gentleman, took the microphone first. The guests cheered, expecting his usual playful charm, but his voice trembled slightly. He looked around the garden, at the friends, colleagues, and family who had kept this secret with care for so long. Then he looked at her, Namjihyun, radiant in her gown, her eyes still glistening. He smiled and began. "People always told me that in this industry, love is a risk. That fame and feeling can't coexist. Maybe they were right for a while. But then I met you." He paused, emotion catching in his throat. "On that set years ago, I didn't know I was meeting my future. I thought it was just another project, another story to tell. But somehow, that story became my life. You became my home." A hush fell over the crowd. Cameras clicked, but softly. The air felt sacred. Namjihyun's eyes filled with tears. She stepped forward, gently took the microphone, and said only this: "Then let's never stop being each other's story." And the applause that followed was thunderous. Later that night, the reception glowed under strings of lights. Long tables stretched across the garden, filled with flowers and laughter. Friends from the entertainment world mingled freely. No press, no pretense, just genuine celebration. Park Seo-joon, Lee Dong-wook, and Yoon Se-ah were spotted clapping as the couple danced their first dance. It wasn't choreographed. There was no dramatic pose, no cinematic movement. Just the two of them swaying slowly beneath the stars, their foreheads touching, their eyes never leaving each other. A friend of Ji Chang Wook later told reporters that the song playing wasn't chosen by a planner or manager. It was the same melody that played during their first scene together in Suspicious Partner. The symbolism was clear. What began as fiction had ended as fate. Ji Chang Wook and Namjihyun's wedding wasn't just an event. It was a reminder that even in a world built on illusion, some stories are too real to hide. Their love, once confined to the silver screen, had found its way into eternity. And as the world watched, one truth echoed louder than all the applause, louder than all the breaking news headlines. There is no drama left to tell. Only love finally free.